Right, today we're gonna use two images in Blender. One of it we're gonna use for the actual texture of the mesh, and the other one we are gonna use as an alpha channel. So first thing, we're gonna get rid of this cube. Hit the X key. Confirm with your left mouse button. And select the camera. Do the same thing. Now hit the space bar. Add a mesh, a plane. Space bar again. Now this time we're gonna add a camera. There we go. Zoom out of the scene. And then let's go way up with the camera. Grab the camera by its Z-axis. Drag it way up. Right, let's switch to top view mode. Hit 7 on your number pad. There we go. Now, right mouse click on the plane, and we're gonna rename the plane. Let's call it Cloud. There we go. Now let's assign some materials to the cloud. This icon here. And click on it or press F5. Let's click on it. Add a new. Then we get a new material. Let's call the material Cloud. And then let's go ahead and add the textures to it. Hit the texture icon right here or F6 on your keyboard. Let's go ahead and add a new texture. Let's call it Cloud underscore texture. Whoops. Texture. There we go. Let's define the texture type. It's an image. Let's load an image. There we go. And then I'll use this. No, I'll use this image for the texture. This is the texture I'm gonna use for my cloud. Alright, we need another texture for the alpha channel. So let's hit down here. Add new. Let's name the texture Cloud Alpha. There you go. Define the texture type. It's an image. We don't want to use the alpha texture, so click that one off. And then let's go ahead and load an image. Right. So, if you look at the preview box down here, I've prepared an image editor. You can use Photoshop or GIMP, whatever. And basically what we want to happen is make the black portions of the image transparent and make the white ones visible, right? So let's get back to our materials button. And then let's make sure that the alpha texture, which is in this case Cloud Alpha, is selected. Let's check it out. It's mapped as an Oracle right now. Let's map it as a UV. It's good. One tab. Okay. We don't want it to be used as a color texture, but we do want it to be used as an alpha texture, so let's click alpha. We don't want it to be shaded, so click this one off. And we'd like to use it as an alpha, so click this one on. Remember to activate the Z transparency. Alright, there's a lot more buttons down here. Basically, shadow buff, the material is gonna cast shadows whenever you're lighting it with shadow buffered lamps. So I don't want it right now, so I'm just gonna click it off. Don't need ray tracing right now, so click this one off. Radios it as well. Alright. So let's see what's happening. Let's put the mouse cursor into our 3D window, hit Shift P, and open up the preview window of Blender. Alright, so this is what's happening. The alpha channel is not working properly right now. That's because the DVAR slide bar is way up to 1, and the alpha slide bar is way up to 1 as well. If you want transparency going on, just slide the DVAR slide bar down to 0, and then you start getting transparency right here. Okay, but it's inverted, but you know, it's the white portions of the alpha channel is being transparent and the black ones are being solid. So you can invert this by clicking on this alpha button right here, and there you go, it's inverted. So this is what we want to happen right now. As you can see, the texture of the clouds is not mapped properly, and we're going to fix that by splitting this area right here. And we're going to call up our UV image editor, and then back to our 3D window, we are going to hit Tab to go into edit mode, hit U to unwrap, and then back to our right window here, click on image, click open, choose your texture, open image, skip back to our 3D window, back to object mode, hit Tab button on your keyboard, Shift P, see what we got. Great, exactly what we wanted. Alright, so now we can start scaling and duplicating our mesh. So we can scale it by pressing S on our keyboard. In this case, if you just press S, you're going to scale all axes, X, Y, and Z axis, right? So if you just want to scale on, let's say, on X axis, you have to press X. Now it's just scaling on the X axis. Click to confirm. S again, and then Y, and then you're just going to scale on the Y axis, right? Okay, to duplicate the mesh, you just have to hit Shift D, and there you have it. Duplicate the mesh. Let's just go ahead and scale this. Let's just duplicate a few times, scale a few times. Alright. Okay, that should be enough right now for this tutorial. Alright, now you can move the objects along its Z-axis. Alright, let's see what we got. Let's render this out. Hit F12 on your keyboard, and this is what we get. Alright? It's looking good. Okay. Let's see what happens if let's go ahead and add a new mesh. Let's go ahead and add let's say a sphere. Alright. Let's get the sphere material, add new. Let's change the color of the material. Let's say red, just for demonstration purposes right here. Let's just put it right here. Okay. See what happens. Let's go ahead and render this frame out. Hit F12 on your keyboard. There we go. Red moon behind Billboard Clouds. So that's it for today's tutorial. Hope you find this tutorial helpful. And I'll see you in my next tutorial.